It smells so good. It smells so good. Sourdough. What's all the hype about? Is this just the hipster's choice of bread, or is there more to it than meets the eye? Now, I too also love sourdough. The wild yeast and that friendly bacteria throw a flavour party in your mouth. With each bite, your taste buds embark on a roller coaster ride of tanginess, sweetness, and a sprinkle of nuttiness. So a few months ago, I headed to a master baker to show you guys and for myself to learn how to make incredible sourdough. Nestled deep in the Welsh valleys lies a shepherd's hut transformed into a micro bakery. Gabby, Marcus and dog Manu recently moved to Wales to set up their bakery Toast to serve their local community some freshly baked goodness. And today I'm visiting to find out the secret to Gabby's delightful sourdough. Gabby, could you just do this up for me, sorry? I can't, the string is too short.
Don't you normally go around the front?
I do, but it's not fitting around me.
There?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, so
for our loaves, we're going to need 810 grams of white flour, 90 grams of whole grain. I use white rye personally. For water, we're going to need 630 grams.
Gabs, I reckon I perfectly measured out 630 grams here. Let's see.
I'm going to say you've got about 1,200 in there.
No. Damn, way off.
This is Herbert, our starter.
Herbert? Why'd you call him Herbert?
I named him Herbert after one of my first businesses that I ever had, which was a card making business, which was Herbie Cards. So it only seemed fit to name him after that.
Okay. It's a good name for a sourdough starter,
I think
Herbert.
I think
and this is the most important ingredient into sourdough, right?
Yes.
Okay guys, don't be put off by sourdough starters. It couldn't be simpler to make at home yourself. It's almost like concocting a magical potion. You need to mix together equal parts of flour and water in like an old jar or something like that. Make sure it's really clean though, sterilize it in some boiling water first and let it sit at room temperature. And each day you're going to discard 50% of the mixture and replace it with equal parts fresh flour and water until the mixture becomes alive and bubbly. And when you can see those bubbles, that's when you know the fermentation is working and the natural yeast within it is powerful enough to make a loaf of sourdough. After about a week of starting your sourdough and feeding it each day, you can then pop it in your fridge and feed it every now and then. So during that process of starting your sourdough starter, feeding it each day, the wild yeast and the friendly bacteria are getting to know one another, turning this mixture into a living, bubbling mini ecosystem that's going to give the sourdough its traditional sort of sour, tangy, beautiful flavor, and of course it's going to help it rise and bubble. It's a beautiful process, and remember, this is a living thing that you need to keep feeding, you need to look after. So store it in the fridge and feed it every now and then. Oh, that's Herbert. He smells weird. He's funky and bubbly and alive.
So I'm going to mix 180 grams of Herbert with some warm-ish water.
So you just pour it out like that?
Yep.
Wow. Herbert's gone for a little swim in there, isn't it?
Yeah. So you always want your starter to float. If your starter's not floating, it's not ready.
That's a
Give
good
it more
tip.
time. Let it double. Let it float.
Wow. Okay. And it smells so funky.
Yeah. We keep it quite young, so it doesn't smell too strong.
I've had a smell already. I'm good with smelling Herbert.
I should put it on my plate. Cool. So now we're just going to mix all of this together and leave it to rest for half an hour. You don't need to worry about doing it too perfect at this stage. You just want it in a bit of a shaggy dough.
So you don't have to over mix it then, Gab?
Yeah, so at this point you don't want to over mix it. You just want it so there's no lumps.
Okay.
So you put the tea towel over and then just pop it somewhere warm for half an hour, and then we'll come back and add the salt to it after.
So Gabs, why didn't you add the salt when you previously mixed it all up?
So we want to give Herbert a bit of time to be able to start his process, do his thing. So we'll let it rest for half an hour without the salt disturbing anything.
It sounds and smells very funky right now. Usually you'd be making huge quantities in the mixer though, but this is good for people at home to know that you can achieve the same results in a mixing bowl.
Yeah, I think often actually it is better by hand.
Oh yeah.
I think the more gentle that you are,
So
the better it is.
You just become at one with the dough. I find whenever my hands are involved, it's like when I'm doing gardening or cooking, it's like when your hands are involved.
Yeah.
Or if I'm wearing gloves when I'm gardening or something like that, it just defeats the purpose. It's like having a shower in a wetsuit.
Yeah. That is.
Is it?
So we're going to put this back on and we'll rest for another half an hour and then we'll come back and do our stretch and folds. Gaz, what are you doing?
Stretching and folding.
The bread. We need to do
Oh,
the bread.
the dough. Man, I'm such a beginner with this sourdough. If you didn't already know, AG1 has been part of my morning routine for the last year now, and I feel so good. AG1 is a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports your whole body's health. Through a science-driven formulation of micronutrients, phytonutrients, and essential symbiotics, AG1 supports your brain, gut, and your immune system. Now, I'm always researching ingredients from around the world that are healing for our bodies. It's something that I'm really enthusiastic about. But I'm also amazed when I look through the ingredient list of AG1, it's incredible what they have inside some powerful, powerful ingredients. Now, gut health is on everyone's mind at the moment, including my own. And with AG1, their probiotics and prebiotics plus plant-based enzymes help support digestion regularity and your overall gut health. So I think that's one of the reasons why I feel so good. AG1 is definitely my choice of drink in the greenhouse first thing in the morning. It's delightful, it's delicious and easy to drink. So if you want to make your order, head to drinkag1.com/Gaz Oakley, and AG1 are kindly going to give you guys a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. AG1, thank you so much for supporting us and sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to the episode.
Right, so the dough is rested for half an hour and Marcus is going to do the first set of stretching and folding. You just pick it up from each side, pull it up, push it back over, and then flip it over so it's nice and smooth, and then leave it again to rest for another half an hour. We'll do these stretch and folds 4 times over a span of 2 hours.
Between each stretch and fold, Marcus puts the dough into a lightly oiled bowl. So I quickly found out that stretching and folding is just the equivalent of kneading, and that develops the gluten, which is the protein in the dough. So gluten just gives the bread its desired texture and structure, creating a network of elastic strands that trap the carbon dioxide, which is produced by the yeast during the fermentation. Now this process just helps the bread rise and results in a lighter, chewier texture. Before Gabby shapes the dough and puts it into the bread basket, she gives it the window pane test. By stretching the dough to see if the glutens are formed, you should be able to see right through it. Gabby then neatly shapes the dough to fit in her baskets. So you're probably thinking at this point, sourdough making is really a labour of love, and it is, to be honest with you, but it's worth it. At this point, the dough goes into the fridge overnight to prove and rise up, and this is where Herbert springs into action. Herbert aerates the dough and the flavours are also intensified. But lucky for us, Gabby has pre-proved some last night, so we're almost ready to bake.
So you can have
These
a
are
go
like hair nets,
scoring
aren't they?
these. Yeah, they are actually. They're really handy. Do you want to do this part?
So we're flouring the top.
Yeah, if you put a little sprinkle of flour on both of them, beautiful. Give it a
How's
little...
my flouring skills?
Perfect. That's good.
Good, yeah?
Yeah, and then you can just tip them out.
Oh
So
god,
just
no,
really-
you do this bit. So I'm going to mess with this. Oh, let me see one.
Go like that.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
They're quite firm then.
Yeah, and they hold their shape really well, so you don't need to worry too much.
Oh, a bit.
No, that's
Not
fine.
very straight.
And then we'll
There you
score it.
go. This is the fun bit, scoring.
Yes, so if I show you one and then you can
Okay.
create your own baker's mark after.
At this point, the sourdough dough gets scored. This is that famous pattern that you see on top of sourdough doughs. It was used to sort of identify breads in shared ovens, but also it helps actually the dough rise up and bake evenly when in the oven.
So I normally go for just a little wheat strand. Sometimes do 2, and then you just want a nice split so it has somewhere to rise.
Okay. There's a science behind this. It's not just for the look.
So you can do it really angled and it will create like a really nice ear. Or you can do it straight down the middle and it will open up really nicely and have like a nice curve. You do whatever you want. Give it a go.
Can I do a Welsh flag?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do actually is get some Pinterest inspiration. Because there's a lot of pressure on me right now. All right, let me try and recreate something on Pinterest. Okay.
Oh, that would be cool, like a little
crisscross.
Yeah.
Oh, that would take me forever. I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to try and do it.
nice. Yeah, it's a good score.
This is therapeutic.
It is, isn't it? Look a bit like dragonflies.
Yeah, they do. They're supposed to be wheats, but all right. So this is just one big long score now. And when you say an angle like this,
Yeah.
okay. All right, here it goes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Woo! I'm happy with that. So now you leave them, or do you put them straight in the oven?
So we'll
now?
put them straight in the oven.
Okay.
I've preheated the oven to 250. We'll put them in, spray them for a bit of steam, and then turn it down to 200.
So you spray them with some water to just create that steam to help them rise?
Yeah, to help them rise. If you're doing it in like a home oven, you'd just like put some ice cubes at the bottom or put a little tray of water at the bottom just to create that.
All
do you
right.
want to put it in?
Okay, I'll do it.
Go on.
Top shelf?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it in. Lovely oven as well. Wow.
That's it, and then slide the wood out.
Oh yeah, got to take the wood out. Oh, why are you giving me so much pressure?
That's perfect.
Ah, there we go.
Cool.
You can do the spraying. Wow, you literally just splashed them with water.
Because my oven's quite empty at the moment, it's going to create a lot of steam. And then we're going to trap that in. And then down to 200.
So what's this then? Just a
gardening. Little water sprayer. Little.
Didn't expect it to come out at me like that.
Right, 25 minutes on, and then we'll come back and see how they look. Okay, it's time to let the steam out of the oven.
Okay.
And then we'll let all the steam out, and then it will brown up after that.
When we were filming that, I was just thinking, what am I wearing? I put the jacket over the apron. Let me just get back into my uniform. So this is where you get the free facial. Whoa. Oh,
nice.
Wow. Okay. They're not very coloured right now. So
no. Turn it back up to 250.
Oh, so we're going to shut the door and turn it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then open the vents as well.
So now they're just going to get super golden and caramelised, and all those sugars are going to come to the top, and it's going to get tasty and delicious.
Yep.
Brilliant.
We'll come back in about 15 minutes.
Amazing. So I get very excited now.
Very excited.
Right, this is the sourdough. No, what am I saying?
Sourdough reveal.
This is the big moment. The sourdough.
Reveal.
The reveal, the
Go on,
sourdough.
you open it. Take your moment. Look at that.
Wow, look
Gotta
at
get
the
'em out.
colour on those. Okay, here it goes. The big reveal.
Look at that. Oh my god, yours is actually better than mine.
Does mine come out all right? Oh, that's,
Look at that.
wow, that's quite nice.
I like that.
I mean, you can definitely tell you're the pro, but
I think so.
I like the effect it's got. It smells so good.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. Gabs, thank you so much for showing me how to make this amazing. I'm so proud of this. Look at that.
So good.
Shout out to Pinterest as well for the inspiration. So can we taste it now?
Well, should we make a picnic and go somewhere a bit more scenic?
All right, as long as this stays warm. Because I
Yes.
want to taste this
Let's
warm.
go now.
All right, let's go
Keep
for a
it
little
warm.
Welsh picnic. Yes.
Go.
It's not very warm, is it, guys, for a picnic?
It's cold.
For what you've got, this looks amazing.
We made some carrot locks. We've got some cashew cheese, obviously our bread, and then some pastries.
Wow, I think this is going to go perfect with that sourdough.
Tuck
Should
in.
we dive in?
Yeah.
Do you want me to cut it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That looks lovely. Guys, the bread is still warm after that epic walk up the hill as well. So excited for this. That bread. Bread is like a soft cushion of pillowy goodness with a crispy crust as well. You make the best bread in the world. So Gabby and Marcus also make the most mind-blowing plant-based pastries too. So can you guys comment on this video and try and persuade Gabby and Marcus to come on the channel and show us how to make those incredible pastries. Guys, these pastries look absolutely phenomenal. I've had about I've had loads of these from you already. I'm such a fan, but look at that. Look at those layers.
Yeah, just put it box back.
Can you come on the channel again to show us how to make these, please?
Maybe.
So good. Scabs, are you gonna kindly let me adopt some of Herbert?
You can.
All right, so I've got my own sourdough starter now from
Yeah.
you, and this is 2 years in the making.
It is, and then you need to rename
Oh, I know
your
what.
sourdough starter.
Well, I know what I'm calling him.
Go on.
Herbert Junior.
The legacy.
So how do I look
continues.
after Herbert Junior? Because that doesn't look like enough to make a loaf of bread. So what do I need to do to this?
So if you keep them in the fridge until you're ready to bake, and then the night before get him out, and then in the morning feed him with equal parts flour and water,
Okay.
and then he'll double, and he'll
All
be
right.
ready to
So
go.
once he's risen, after adding those
Yeah.
two, you
So
can
if
then
you put
bake
a little
with it.
mark on
Ah, that's clever.
where it comes up to after you fed it, and then you'll see that it
Wow.
doubles.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
No
Herbert
problem.
Junior. I have to name him and put a little sticker on him. That's amazing. Thank you. I'll make my own sourdough and let you know how I get on.
Yeah, do.
Herbert, you're coming with me, my friend. Gabs, thank you so much. I'm going to make a lovely recipe with this now. I'm going to make the most indulgent, cheesy Welsh Rare Bit with it. All right, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
See you.
Wait, Dad, give me back my apron.
Oh, shit. Still got the apron on. Damn. I was trying to steal that. I thought it looked good. Fast forward back to now. Summertime in Wales, the garden is thriving. But just after I filmed with Gabby and Marcus, I decided to use the amazing bread that they bake for us to make a Welsh classic dish. Now this dish was created years and years ago in my homeland of Wales, and you may not have heard of it because we're not the biggest country in the world with a huge culinary history, but this dish is just utterly mouth-watering. When I have my restaurant, of course it will be a staple on the menu, but I'm going to show you how to make it today plant-based. This is called Welsh Rare Bit. So Welsh Rare Bit is the ultimate comfort food. It's a decadent twist on cheese on toast, believe it or not. A luscious creamy cheese sauce flavored with mustard, leek and beer is generously poured over thick slices of toast. With each bite of Welsh Rare Bit, you'll experience a harmonious blend of sharp, tangy cheese with a hint of savoury goodness. But of course, on the coldest of winter's day, I decided to make things a little bit more challenging for me and cook this Welsh Rare Bit on an open campfire. First thing I need is some Welsh leeks. Grown in Wales by me. Look at these beautiful leeks. Look at that baby. Lovely Welsh leek. That's the leeks, let's get some chives as well. So to make my Welsh Rare Bits, first up what you're going to need to do is finely chop up some leeks and garlic and get them sauteing in a pan over a low heat with a little bit of butter. Once everything's softened, stir in some flour and let that cook out for a couple of minutes before deglazing the pan with some Welsh ale. Let that bubble away for a few minutes, then stir through some mustard and miso paste, plus a little bit of coconut aminos or soy sauce. Then stir through some non-dairy milk and some nutritional yeast, because I'm keeping this dairy free, but it will still be unbelievably cheesy. This is some lovely creamy cheesy Rare Bit sauce right here. Look at that. Could drink this stuff. So now it's time to get that lovely sourdough bread that we made with toast yesterday caramelizing in the pan. And I'm gonna cut really thick slices of that amazing bread. Look at those lovely air pockets. This is gonna soak up that cheese sauce so well. Once the bread is toasted, pour over lashings of that amazing Rare Bit sauce, then pop the pan underneath your grill to let the cheese go super golden. But obviously I'm cooking over a campfire, so I'm gonna put on a cast iron pan over the top, then load coals on top of that, and that should caramelize the top of the cheese perfectly. So my Rare Bits have been under my grill now for about 5-10 minutes. I'm so excited to take these coals off and see what we've got. Fingers crossed they're golden and caramelized. Let's see. Guys, I'm crying because of the fire, not because of this, but I probably will cry if this is bad. But there's only one way to find out, and that's by taking this lid off. Here we go. Oh my God. Welsh Rare Bit on a fire, outside in Wales. Serve up with some relish and a few chives sprinkled over the top. That is Welsh Rare Bit modern style. Here goes my campfire Rare Bit. Warming, hearty, umami, cheesy. I can't get over that caramelization, and that bread from toast is just amazing. The perfect bed for a Welsh Rare Bit.